If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Winnett, and joining me now from Turning Pointe Autism Foundation are Carrie and Gia. Welcome to the show. So nice to have you both with us. So I'm going to start right off with you, Carrie. It's an exciting anniversary year for you, 15 years. So talk about what this milestone means.
Yeah, well, 15-year anniversary for an organization like ours is really special, something to celebrate because it started with just an idea. You know, Naperville mom and dad, Kim and Randy Wolf, just wanting to do something different for their son with autism. And that little idea now has blossomed into this really established organization offering a number of services in the community. So it's pretty special. For me, 15 means we really sort of have started to grow up. It means we still have a lot to learn, but it's a lot to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, that whole sustainability of being able to get out of the gate and get it moving and get it into the second decade, that's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, Gia, talk a little bit. Your son has been a recipient of the services at Turning Point. So talk a little bit about that experience.
Sure. My son has been with Turning Point for close to 4 years now. We came from public school, which was not meeting his needs, both behaviorally and psychologically. And we came into Turning Point full of hope. And I will never forget the day that we started. My son has made unbelievable strides just in the 4 years that he's been there. They're such an amazing support to the family, not only to my son, but to our entire family. And it's just been an unbelievably exciting time for him because he just continues to move forward in ways that we never thought possible.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. If he were to use a word, how would he describe his experience?
Love.
Oh.
The Dominic, love, that's exudes from him. That's the beauty of autism, I always say, is they're so pure. My son is so pure, and he loves everyone truly at Turning Point and loves going there. It's never an issue. So it's just amazing overall.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. And I know Carrie and the staff work so hard. And let's talk a little bit about some of the programming that you do, Carrie.
Sure. So, and it has evolved because of the pandemic. We're just moving through. But we have primarily our therapeutic day school for students like Dom. And now we go all the way down to age 5.
Okay.
So 5 to 22, we have classrooms to service their needs. And then we have some adult pilots for employability or employment. And those have been really changing a lot with COVID, some new opportunities as people move to remote work. That opened up some doors for some of our graduates in that way. They get to be in a more comfortable environment working from home. And then some of our on-site employment programs have also shifted, but we're always happy when we get to add one of our graduates to our paid team, which is very exciting. And then we also expanded to offer monthly respite during COVID to provide our families with additional support once a month.
Yeah, that was nice because going remote, as you said, can be beneficial to some of your students, but it also, it can put a lot of strain on the family, right?
Absolutely.
It's a big part.
We saw a lot of that. It was, and our families are wonderful and they were very flexible, and Turning Point was really the first school of our kind to come back, and we started on site services July of 2020.
Yeah.
So we were able to at least provide something, but did expand into respite just to add a little bit more. And our team also loves Dominic and his friends, so it's fun for us to get some really rec time in. It's not high demand time, those respites. It's just time for them to enjoy being together.
Yeah, and that's a big age range, right? I mean, because when you started, so remind me, when you started 15 years ago, what was kind of the age range that you were really working with at that time?
So we started really with a middle school classroom, and for a long time thought we might stay in that space and just age with those kids. But as early interventions in the schools have picked up and referrals from schools were younger ages, that's where the need was. And that's what Turning Point really wants to be, is fulfilling the need in the community. And that's part of how we make our decisions on how we evolve programs next, is to make sure we're of service to the Naperville and surrounding area.
That's wonderful. Gia, if you were sitting down having a cup of coffee with another parent who maybe was sitting in the same situation as you were with Dominic, what would you say to them? What would be your advice?
in going into how I went into the program with Turning Point, it was just such a phenomenal experience. I think every family goes through an emotional stage when they have to make such a transfer. We transferred from public to Turning Point, but it was such an uplifting and supportive process. And the love that my son got from Turning Point, and the amount of communication that they gave to me as well, because of the reservations, obviously, sometimes with him going to school and having the outbursts that he does. It just was a sense of calm. And I think any family that's going through this diagnosis, it comes with its challenges, and mostly you need the support. And you don't sometimes find that in regular public school. But Turning Point has been an unbelievable support, not just to Dom, but to the entire family.
Yeah, it's you're all walking together in that journey.
Oh, absolutely. We're a team. And as a matter of fact, I say this all the time. People often say, what would Jesus do? I often say, what would Turning Point do?
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. What's next for you, Carrie? 15, you're going to celebrate, you're going to enjoy that anniversary, but what's next?
Yeah, we are going to celebrate, and we have some really fun events coming up right around the corner, like our pumpkin race, which is highly inclusive for any ability and any age to come participate in downtown Naperville. We're going to race pumpkins again.
Okay.
End of October. And then we also are going to celebrate with another car raffle. We have a 2023 Toyota Sequoia Capstone we're raffling off.
Nice.
And that will happen in December. And then beyond that, all that funding that we'll raise in these events is really helping us expand again. So the time is now. We have come through this pandemic a stronger team, and in full. Our building is full. We've been spending the last 15 years building it out. So now we're looking at what comes next, because the number of students in need of our program has only grown exponentially. So we want to be able to continue to evolve and serve.
And expand your building.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, I'm so glad that you could stop by and share your story, Gia and Carrie. Always so lovely to see you and be able to celebrate this 15th with you.
Thanks, Jane.
You're welcome. To find out more about Turning Point Autism Foundation, please go and visit their website. Don't go away. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.